Well, are you looking for something that will spice up your soup or add a bit of flavour to the otherwise simple sandwich? Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with sun-dried tomato and herb bread. And Catherine Leyden joins us on Skype to show us how it is made. Good morning to you, Catherine.
Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, viewers. Now, very simple recipe, Tommy. You'd even be able to make this. It's so simple. Here I have 350 grams, that's 12 ounces, Tommy, of our self-raising flour. Really simple. We just put the dry ingredients into the mixing bowl. And they are, because we're using sun-dried tomatoes, we always add a spoonful of sugar with tomatoes. It helps to draw out the flavour. So we put a teaspoonful of sugar in there. We're also going to put in a teaspoonful of oregano. Now I'm using the dried oregano. I'm using the dried basil, teaspoonful of basil, and a teaspoonful of parsley. Just a teaspoonful there.
Okay.
Now, just to mention to the viewers, if you're using fresh herbs, you would use double the amount of dry herbs because they're concentrated when they're dried. So instead of a teaspoonful, you would use a tablespoonful of each of those herbs if they're fresh, right?
That's interesting,
Now, we're just going to combine those dry ingredients together. Okay? And now we come down to the liquid. Here I have half a pint of milk. To that, we're going to add a tablespoonful of sunflower oil. Tablespoonful of oil. Now, we're also going to add a tablespoonful of tomato puree. And if you use the spoon, Tommy, that you've measured the oil out with,
yeah,
when you put the puree into the spoon, it'll just drop off. Okay?
So that's a heaped spoon, is it? There's quite a lot of puree in that.
Just a tablespoon, yes, a tablespoon. Here I have 50 grams, 2 ounces of sun-dried tomatoes. So we're just going to combine those together. Really simple. Just add the liquid to the dry ingredients and mix well. Now, that couldn't be easier, Tommy.
No, that's pretty simple.
We're going to bake it in a loaf tin. This is very simple. Into a loaf tin that I've lined with a baking parchment. But if you wish, you could lightly grease it, or you could also just line it with greaseproof paper.
Hold on a second. Is that it, Catherine? Is that all you're doing?
That's it. That's it.
Wow.
Now,
that is simple.
Very simple and delicious. Now, if you're partial to olives, Tommy, it's nice to tip a handful of olives in there as well, if you wish.
Okay.
But I'm not that keen on them, so I'm leaving them out of this here today. So we just transfer that now to the loaf tin. Now, it's quite a sloppy mixture.
Yeah.
If it's a bit dry, if you haven't been that accurate with the weighing of your ingredients, Tommy, you can just add a little bit more milk to it. So scoop all the mixture away, spread that in the tin, and you can dip your spoon into some water, which we have here if you wish, and then just press it down. And before it goes into the preheated oven, which is 190 centigrade, 375 Fahrenheit, gas mark 5.
So, Catherine, sorry, when did the sun-dried tomatoes, they went into the mixture at the start there, did they?
No, they went in with the liquid.
In with the liquid. And they cook no problem as well in the mixture?
No problem. Yeah. Now, just get the sun-dried tomatoes, drain the oil from them, dry them, and then finally chop them with the scissors. So now we're going to put this into the preheated oven. And about 45 minutes ago, we put this one here in. There it is.
Wow,
now,
look at that.
The test, Tommy, to make sure the bread is baked is when you take it out of the oven, you tap it, and it should have a hollow sound.
Okay.
And that has a hollow sound. Now, some people like a crusty top on the bread. Some people prefer it soft. If you want a soft one, when you take the bread out of the oven, you wrap it in a clean, dry tea towel and turn it upside down on the table so that the heat in the form of steam, Tommy, comes out through the top of the bread and it softens the crust for you. So there we go. Let that go cold. And here we have the ones we made last night.
That's really interesting, Catherine. So if you want a crusty top, what do? Do you just leave it sit out normally?
Leave it sit out normally. Leave it sitting on the wire tray to go cold. If you want it soft, wrap it in the tea towel, turn it upside down, and the steam will soften the crust for you.
And I presume the tea towel,
Now,
it's just a dry tea towel, yeah? Nothing, you haven't done anything to it?
Dry tea towel, yes. No, just a dry tea towel, clean tea towel, wrapped and sitting on the table of the worktop.
Very good. That looks great.
No.
I mean, it tastes delicious, Catherine. What would it be ideal for? Is this just something to have with your soup, or would you make it with a sandwich, or
Yeah,
what's ideal for it?
No, it's ideal for soup. You can use it for sandwiches, cheese, hummus, or even for dipping into oil, flavoured oils. You know, as a dipping bread.
Yeah, no, it is. It's absolutely delicious. And tell me, how are you getting on anyway? How are things? Are you still with the fitness and everything
Tommy,
else?
Well, I'm not doing so well on the fitness, but I can't wait to get that vaccine. I'm not talking yet. I won't be right till I get it. I'm hoping to get it over the next few days. So keep your fingers crossed for me.
You're just happy to cope, whatever. Listen, everybody's in the same boat, but you're looking fantastic, which is great. And hopefully we'll have you back in studio very soon.
Tommy. Oh, please, God. Okay, Tommy.
Oh, I can't wait for it. All the best, Carsten. Thank you.
Bye, Tommy. Thanks a million.
See you later.
And you can head over to the Virgin Media Player to find out everything you need to make Catherine's tomato bread and any of the recipes featured on the show.